No doubt about it, folks. My wife is smart. She has good judgment and a good heart. Whatever she does, I shouldn't disagree. By using her common sense, she married me. Through 15 long years, we've had our fun. Only once or twice should I have used my gun, and on those occasions when all was through, I must admit her love was true. Now, I've got a real case of fishing-itis. Even love to fish when mosquitoes bite us. I've spent a lot of dough for fishing gear, and it's cost me double, I must admit here. For every dollar that I spent for fishing, an equal dollar went to my wife's wishing. She's got more clothes than a clothing store. I'm fixed for fishing even if we go to war. Now, any man with all this fishing gear is going to use it when a chance appears. So when my wife's not working me at home and the folks at the office leave me alone, I find me a buddy who feels like I do, and we go out fishing in a boat or canoe. On this particular day, the wife decided to go with me. She promised she wouldn't get in the way. She was anxious to see how I'd use all that fishing paraphernalia. Besides, with her clothing allowance, she had been able to buy several fishing outfits. I offered several excuses which were not accepted. The wife was sick and tired of being neglected. I spoke of mosquitoes and other hazards. I mentioned rain and what might happen. But why should I argue? Her mind was made up. She was going along just to fish with us. We headed for the site where the boat was ready to take us to the place I had caught so many. I picked out a spot, hoping fish would be biting. I looked at my tackle box. Oh, it was getting exciting. The old rod and reel that I usually lend out was all in readiness for use by my spouse. Brother, I don't want anyone using my good fishing equipment. And like any real fisherman, I take along an old rod and reel just in case some character comes along and wants to borrow. Believe me, my wife is a character. There's a right and wrong end to fish in a boat. My wife got the wrong end, I want to make note. At last, I figured she'd be out of the way to leave me to fishing for the rest of the day. But before I got my first lure in the water, Ethel had caught one, like the book says I oughta. She followed with 3, 5, 6, and more. Each one got bigger, and I began to get sore. I suggested that she change places with me, and lo and behold, if she didn't agree. But the fish followed Ethel wherever she went. To tell you the truth, I haven't caught one yet. I used every bait and lure I had in the box. The darter, bomber, jitterbug, and hot shot. I tried the whopper stopper and the hula popper too, but my wife caught the fish, man. What could I do? I tried the steel and bamboo rods to change my luck. When the fancy pants glass jobs got no results, it was the same old story. No fish for me, but Ethel's luck was something to see. If you're a fisherman, I know you've dreamed of the time when the fish you catch on the end of your line will be so big that when you put them on the scales, you can use an honest figure when you tell your fishing tales. The fish the wife caught were really that big, only she'll never know it. I've usually added an ounce or two to the ones I've caught. To even things up, I'm going to subtract. We weigh hers. My future as a fisherman is what really concerns me. Suppose I go on another fishing trip with some of my real buddies. Suppose I don't catch any. How will I ever explain to that character I have for a wife? Well, she'll probably think I didn't go fishing. I might as well admit that I didn't know how this fishing trip was going to go, or I would have left my wife at home, and I would have come this day alone. Now I'll spend no more money for fishing gear, but my wife Ethel has nothing to fear. She can buy more clothes and I'll be glad to pay if she won't tell my friends what happened here today.